What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we're now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows? Maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer. Only time will tell. Excuse me. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel. That I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. Much similar to what I pulled out of my Genesis Impact box that I did an opening on last year, which is obviously this beautiful Beat Cop from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely beautiful. With all the new dark based decks that are going to be coming out into the format, this card is definitely worth picking up. So definitely pick yourself up a few copies before they go up in price. As for me, I'm getting this one graded, but I never really came up with a good opportunity to do so. But with that being said, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Excuse me. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos. Or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 80% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys aren't even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content and you want more of the content, but you guys haven't subscribed yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is basically today's video, which is this. Among the card as it sits now, what are your guys' predictions for WrestleMania 40? And also, do you believe that the landscape of the WWE will change no matter the outcome of Saturday's main event? Let me know down in the comments below. And that is exactly what we are going to be talking about for today's video. It is actually predictions for WrestleMania, and it's as I just said, the future of the WWE is up for grabs, and this is probably one of the most stacked cards I've ever seen in WrestleMania history. In fact, I think the last time we had a card this stacked, I want to say it was WrestleMania 37, WrestleMania 33. 33 when it was in Orlando. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, WrestleMania 33 when it was in Orlando, all the way back in 2017. Think about that, guys. The card from that night was stacked. This year, on the other hand, is no different. So I'm not going to waste any time. I am just going to get straight into it. Kicking things off, we have a match that was actually announced yesterday on social media by SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis, just mere hours before Monday Night Raw, as the Pride, the almighty Bobby Lashley, and the Street Profits will take on the Final Testament, Karrion Kross, and the Authors of Pain in a Philadelphia street fight. Now, this rivalry has gotten personal for months. And what I find so interesting is that this is Bobby Lashley's first WrestleMania in 2 years. Think about that. First WrestleMania in 2 years. And the last time he competed at WrestleMania, it was actually two years ago against Omos, and that was a hell of a fight. But also, as far as last year's WrestleMania goes, he was supposed to have battled. There were rumors, that the idea was for Bobby Lashley to battle Bray Wyatt, but unfortunately, because that, obviously, after what we saw from the Bray Wyatt documentary, because that he had suffered COVID and ended up having a heart attack, which obviously you guys know, that match didn't come to pass, unfortunately. Which, obviously, if you guys saw the Bray Wyatt documentary, you guys already know what happened, but even now it's still hard to believe, but it is indeed true. But with that being said, this rivalry, this has been brewing for months and months. Funny enough, the Street Profits had cost AOP to go to WrestleMania to compete in the six-pack ladder match. The Final Testament did the exact same thing to the Street Profits, and now it all boils down at WrestleMania in a Philadelphia street fight. Honestly, this match can go either way because you have two former NXT Tag Team Champions in the Authors of Pain and the Street Profits. You also have as well a former two-time NXT Champion in Karrion Kross and a former three-time United States Champion in the form of Bobby Lashley, and all six of these men are extremely like, they were like wanting to go to WrestleMania, and now they have that spotlight. Honestly, this match can go either way, but the big X factor that we have to also steer clear of, though, are two things: Scarlett and Paul Ellering, arguably one of the most dangerous managers in professional wrestling, and I think you can understand why. But Karrion Kross he's one of those guys who is a man of honor, but he's also the type of guy who is a man who just loves to keep on dishing out pain and more pain until you end up in a hospital. So as far as who I think is gonna win this match, honestly, it can go either way. But my opinion, with the X Factor being both Scarlett and Paul Ellering, I don't think you can bet against the Final Testament. So my money is on indeed Final Testament. Next up, speaking of 6-person tag matches, we have a 6-woman tag match between Dakota Kai and the Kabuki Warriors of Damage Control against Bianca Belair, Naomi, and get this, Jade Cargill. Yes, the Storm will be coming to WrestleMania, and honestly, this is something that I'm actually looking forward to, because when you think about Bianca Belair, aside from her competing in the Women's Battle Royal in New Orleans, which most people really wouldn't count that because it was part of the kickoff show, Bianca Belair has gone what, 3? She's now 3-0 at WrestleMania, and we could potentially see Bianca Belair go 4-0. Is it possible? Absolutely. It is absolutely 100% possible, and it's probably bound to happen because let's not forget, Io Sky has her own problems to deal with in the form of Bayley defending her WWE Women's title against the role model, and there's no way that Io Sky is going to be able to get involved in the 6-woman tag match. So honestly, I know that a lot of people want to see Damage Control win. My money is on the team of Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi for the simple reason that Bianca Belair is now 3-0 at WrestleMania, and I don't think her undefeated streak is gonna end anytime soon. So my money is on Team Belair. Speaking of teams, we have a tag match that, honestly, you can't be surprised. You know, I mean, it is what it is. We've got Santos Escobar of Legado del Fantasma teaming up with Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day to take on the LWO's Rey Mysterio and the newest member, Dragon Lee. What I find so unique about this one is that excuse me. What I find so unique about this match is the fact that Rey Mysterio's record at WrestleMania is absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. He's won, in fact, if I'm right on this, he's won more matches than he's lost matches at WrestleMania. Let's see. WrestleMania's 19 and 20 he lost. 21 and 22 he won. 24, I don't remember if he attended WrestleMania 24. But I know that WrestleMania 25 he won, 26 he won, 27 he lost. WrestleMania 30 he lost because he was in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Yeah, I mean he's had quite the amount of success at WrestleMania, but now he's teaming up with I guess one of his new disciples in the form of Dragon Lee to take on Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio, who apparently still can't get over the fact that Rey Mysterio turned on him, but it's more the other way around. But you basically have faction warfare where it's Legado and and the Judgment Day versus the LWO. And apparently Dominic Mysterio wants Andrade to join Judgment Day, which seems interesting, but I don't know. But think about this: last year's WrestleMania, Dragon Lee was a part. What had competed in a fatal 5-way for the NXT North American title, where Santos Escobar was a part of the LWO, and Rey Mysterio kicked Dom's ass like it was nothing. This year, don't think it's gonna be any different, but knowing Santos and knowing Dom, they're always gonna have a backup plan. But my money is on Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, which then brings us to a triple threat match for the United States title between the champion Logan Paul and the challengers Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. This is this is going to be probably one of the biggest tests in Logan Paul's career in WWE, because when you really think about it, and you really think about what, how far Logan Paul has come since his debut match at WrestleMania 2 years ago. Think about this. He's now made this a full-time thing. He's made it a full-time thing. He's been showing up at damn near every single week, which is incredible. And not only that, he's going up against two legends in the form of Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Both have teamed up together, and they've got nothing but respect for one another. But even they know when it comes to when it comes to multi-man matches, triple threat, fatal 4-way, or whatever, it's every man for himself. You can't have friends. You can have alliances, but that's about it. But the thing is that knowing Logan Paul, he's gonna try and use that against KO and Randy, and I think that's what's gonna give Logan Paul that upper hand. So crazy as it sounds, and as much as I would love to see either Kevin Owens or Randy Orton win the title, my money is on Logan Paul. I think with the fact that Logan has been champion for this long, I really don't see him dropping the title until potentially, I would say, honestly, I would probably say not until like maybe Money in the Bank, perhaps, which is possible, but we'll have to wait and see. But again, my money is on Logan Paul. Next up, we have LA Knight versus AJ Styles. So this is interesting. The Megastar versus the Phenomenal One. This is going to be very, very physical, and it's going to get physical right the fuck quick. Because you have two guys who actually, funny enough, competed in TNA. If you guys don't know, LA Knight was a part of TNA when he was under the name Eli Drake. And AJ Styles, AJ Styles is, AJ Styles. This whole thing started literally last year, when originally it was supposed to have been AJ Styles and John Cena versus the Bloodlines, Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. But because that Jimmy and Solo took AJ Styles out with an injury, LA Knight stepped up and took over, and AJ thought that LA Knight stole AJ's opportunity away from him, and that's what got AJ Styles to be the man that we've seen the last couple of months or so. So in my opinion, I think AJ Styles is it's not that I don't think it's not that I think that he's way in over his head. I feel like it's more so of the fact that that AJ Styles is obsessed with the fact that LA Knight had reached main event status in the short amount of time that he's been on the main roster. Because when it came to AJ Styles, you know, chasing after championship gold, it took him literally over a year and a half. Where as opposed to LA Knight, it only took him literally less than a year. So I think that's why why Styles is so pissed off, is because of that reason. But this is LA Knight's first WrestleMania, and once you show up to WrestleMania for the first time, if you get those WrestleMania jitters, you're done. It is game over. So my money is on AJ Styles. I'm putting my money on AJ. There's no way that he doesn't lose. Because if he does lose, well, it'll be interesting to see what he does next. But with that being said, next up we've got a battle of brothers. Now I'm not talking brothers, you know, like, you know, Kane versus Undertaker, or like you know, or something, something along those lines. I'm talking real life blood brothers. The first one we had was Bret Hart versus Owen Hart at WrestleMania 10. WrestleMania 25, Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy. This time, Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Obviously, yes, this is a dream match that both men wanted, but this rivalry, this has been brewing for a long time, dating all the way back to Night of Champions last year, when Jimmy Uso hit Roman Reigns with that super kick, costing both Reigns and Solo the tag team titles. This has been brewing for that long, and now it all boils over this weekend at WrestleMania. Honestly, both of these guys need the victory that badly. Because if Jimmy Uso wins, it'll set the bar for not only the main event of Saturday, but the main event of Sunday as well. It'll set the bar to where it'll give both The Rock and Roman Reigns confidence to try and beat Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins, which we'll talk about that here in a bit. But if Jey Uso wins, then it'll definitely set the stage for what could potentially be the greatest Universal Championship match we've had in a very, very long time. But only time will tell. However, there has been a lot of chatter as of late, because if you guys had seen it on Raw, seen it on SmackDown the last few weeks or so, apparently there's been a tease that we could potentially see Jey Uso rejoin the Bloodline and cost Cody Rhodes everything, which I doubt it, but we will have to wait and see. But for now, my money is on main event Jey Uso. Jey needs this victory more than Jimmy. Just saying. Next up, we've got the six-pack ladder match between Finn Balor and Damian Priest of the Judgment Day, the current champions. DIY, Awesome Truth, The New Day, A-Town Down Under, and of course the New Catch Republic. And apparently, from what Michael Cole said on Raw last night, both the Raw and the SmackDown tag team titles will be hanging 15 feet above the air, and supposedly the match will continue until both sets of titles are taken down, which means we could finally see the tag titles get split. So I don't know if that is the case, or if they were just trolling us because it was April Fool's yesterday. So I don't know. But let's say that is the case, right? Let's say that the match goes on until both sets of titles are taken down. Who wins? Well, it's a ladder match, so you can't really predict who actually wins. But if I had to pick the odds-on favorites, hands down, it's DIY and the New Day. They're the two odds-on favorites to win either set of tag team titles. But we'll just have to wait and see. Obviously, the New Day has had their issues with Judgment Day, as did the New Catch Republic, obviously dating back to Elimination Chamber. A lot can happen. I can tell you that right now. A lot can happen in this ladder match. But if I had to predict, as far as the Raw tag team titles go, my money is on DIY. The SmackDown tag titles has to be New Day. I'm just throwing that out there. But next up, we have the match that can decide the future of WWE. Cody Rhodes and the World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins against The Rock and the Undisputed Champion Roman Reigns, where the stipulation is this: if The Rock and Roman win on Saturday, then on night 2, WrestleMania Sunday, the main event, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns will be Bloodline rules. But if Cody and Seth win, it's Bloodline free. No Heyman, no Jimmy, no Solo, no Rock. No one. Not one member of the Bloodline will be at ringside, and Cody basically wins. This is the biggest match in WrestleMania history, where as Seth Rollins said, the future of the industry of WWE is on the line. Honestly, Cody and Seth need this win, because if they lose, they lose everything. They lose everything, and there won't be a single person to take the title off of Roman Reigns. Not even whoever holds the Money in the Bank briefcase, which now obviously is Damian Priest. Not even he will be able to cash in on Roman and take the title. So at this point, it's like, who wins? Who do you want more to win? Honestly, for me, it's Cody and Seth. I'm putting my call in right now. My bold prediction: Cody and Seth win, because if they can manage to defeat two icons in the form of Roman Reigns and The Rock, come on, let's be real on that. And not only that, think about this will be The Rock's first WrestleMania match in 8 years. The last one was against Eric Rowan at WrestleMania 32 in Dallas. This will be his first. So ring rust will definitely come into play, which will give Cody and Seth a small bit of an advantage, but we'll have to wait and see. But next up, we've got the Intercontinental title defended, Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Honestly, I'm just gonna be real. As big of a fan as I am of Sami Zayn, I'm just saying it now. There's no way he wins. Gunther wins. I just don't think he has what it takes to win it. If he does win, I will be surprised. But Gunther has been on a huge roll as of late, and honestly, I could see him breaking his own record as the longest reigning champion of all time. Because think about this: when Gunther was the NXT UK champion, he held on to the title for 870 days, and he he immediately went over to NXT. I could see Gunther holding on to his IC title for that long, and then someone takes the title off of him. So my money is on Gunther. Next up, Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight title, which will be a part of WrestleMania Sunday. And honestly, Drew. It's not that Rollins. In my opinion, McIntyre has the massive advantage. Why? Simple. Because Cody and Seth are going to be facing The Rock and Roman Reigns on Saturday. Sunday, there's no telling what shape Rollins is going to be in, and if McIntyre wins it, then that's that. But even if Seth Rollins were to defeat Drew McIntyre, guess what? Damian Priest has the Money in the Bank briefcase. So Judgment Day could still walk out with at least one championship, that being the World Heavyweight title, or it could also be the Undisputed title, depending on the scenario for the main event for the Undisputed title. That being said, Rollins has always been the type of guy to just go straight through, overcome all the odds, and pick up that massive dub. I'm going with Seth. Crazy as it sounds, as crazy as it may be, I think Seth Rollins might end up pulling it off. So my money is on Seth freaking Rollins. But next up, we got Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the women's world title, and honestly, this is going to be arguably one of the most important matches, not of Becky's career, but of Rhea Ripley's, because ever since she won the then SmackDown Women's title from Charlotte Flair at last year's WrestleMania, when it was here in my hometown of LA, Rhea Ripley has been on a huge roll. She's had about 7, 8, I want to say about 9, maybe 10 title defenses, and she's won every single one of them, including Elimination Chamber in her homeland in Australia, which was history made. It was history made. So Rhea Ripley has already defeated one of the 4 horsewomen of WWE at WrestleMania, being Charlotte Flair last year. This year is the man Becky Lynch. Obviously, with Becky's contract expiring in less than a couple of months, rumor has it that she might end up leaving WWE. But there's also rumors as well that she could also sign a new deal. So could she? Only time will tell. But as big of a fan as I am of Becky Lynch, I don't see her taking the title off of Rhea Ripley. In fact, I see Rhea Ripley just dominating Becky Lynch. So my money is on the Eradicator. Which then brings us to Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed title. Again, at this point now, it's hard to say who wins it, because with the tag match on Saturday, if The Rock, it's like I said, if The Rock and Roman Reigns win the tag match on Saturday, then on Sunday Roman wins. But if Cody and Seth win, then Cody wins. So it's basically a toss-up. So for that one match, I cannot call it. But if I had to make a bold prediction, Roman Reigns. I don't think at this point you can bet against Roman, but Roman even said it best in his documentary that was on A&E, that if he loses the title on Sunday, he's gone. He's done with WWE. He's out. So with that being said, the pressure is now on Cody and Seth to end it. to end it once and for all. I don't know if they'll be able to, but we will have to wait and see. Which then brings us to Io Sky versus Bayley for the WWE Women's title. Honestly, it's hard to say how the match will play out. But when you really think about it, this is a match that is 2 years in the making? Yeah. This is a match 2 years in the making. Because for Bayley, she's had title opportunities ever since coming back from her knee injury, but that's about it. That's all she's ever had was title opportunities, and she's busted them. This is the biggest opportunity she's ever had. She's ever had in her whole career in WWE, and she cannot blow it. She cannot blow it, because if she does, if she fucks up this opportunity, she may never get another one like it again. But honestly, with Io Sky having damage control in her corner, there's no way Bayley's gonna win. Even if Naomi and Jade Cargill, came out and helped Bayley, Bianca's not gonna help. Is not gonna help, because she still despises Bayley. So the way I see it, Io wins. I'm just throwing that out there. But with that being said, guys, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys want more premium live event predictions and results in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.